Good morning from Sao Paulo, Brazil, as we enter day 3 of the 2025 IWBF U23 Men's World Championship, the Pool A match between Turkey and Canada. This game will start a few minutes late. A couple of technical issues with the backstop units being sorted out. So action will get underway probably in the next 10 minutes. Good morning once again from Sao Paulo, Brazil. The matchup between Turkiye and Canada will be starting shortly. We had a couple of technical issues with the backstop units, which have now been sorted out. So the match will get underway in approximately 14 minutes from now.
Senhoras e senhores, vamos à apresentação da equipe da Turquia. Número 3, Baron. Número 5, Mehmet. Número 6, Ibrahim. Número 7, Hassan. Número 8, Ion. Número 9, Vedex. Número 11, número 13, Burak. Número 23, Salim. Número 37, Rosam. Número 78, Bilal. E número 90, Burg. O coach Batu. Vamos apresentar agora a equipe do Canadá. Número 4, Thai. Número 5, Keaton. Número 6, Jeff. Número 7, Broden. Número 8, Bernard. Número 9, Matheus. Número 10, Nefin. Número 11, Bredon. Número 12, Cameron. Número 13, Dislon. Número 14, Simon. E número 15, Ibrahim. E o coach e treinador é o Narder. A equipe de arbitragem: Long, Matias, Rai. E o comissário é o Taisham. Em posição de respeito, vamos ao hino da Turquia. Por favor, todos em posição de respeito para o hino do Canadá.
And welcome back to Sao Paulo, Brazil for the 2025 IWBF U23 World Championships. And next up we have the encounter between Turkiye and Canada, a Pool A action. Referees for today's encounter, crew chief is Feng Nguyen Wang, and she is joined by Gustavo Mateus and Kathy Hay. Turkiye coming to this match with a big win over Israel yesterday. Canada, of course, succumbing to Brazil on day one, and they'll be looking to get their tournament up and running with a victory today. And we're underway here in Sao Paulo. And number 7 for Turkiye, Hassan, puts up the shot, doesn't land, and away come Canada through Brandon Louis. Louis passes it to Ty Milton, and now back to Louis. Good recover there from the Canadians, and Nassif Chowdhury in possession for the men in black. Quick pass into the paint, and Broden Nagel will get to the first points of this game. Turkey in position there with Arda, and he'll put up the shot and gets Turkiye up on the scoreboard. Good work there from Turkiye number 11 Arda, and taking Turkiye into the lead. Turkiye setting up a full court press early on in this game, trying to put Canada under a lot of pressure, but Canada get away with Nassif Chowdhury, and he finds Broden Nagel. He's unable to convert, and quick transition by Turkiye, converted there by Mehmet Payam. Chowdhury for Canada. Gives it to Ibrahim Odza, and Turkiye will win it back. Quick hands there from the Brandon Louis in position now for Canada as they try to get themselves into the Turkish half. And good work there by the Canadians initially, but unsuccessful on that attempt there from Ibrahim Odza. And the Turkiye team with Baran there extending that lead out to the 8-point mark. Broden Nagel trying to find Chowdhury, but a little bit too high for the Canadian number 10, and Turkiye will get the puts in there from Hassan. Brandon Louis in possession for the Canadians, but putting a little bit too much pressure there on Ibrahim Odza. And unable to make the most of that opportunity, but they'll pick up the possession again from the baseline as the wayward pass from the Canadians goes straight out the backcourt. Turkiye will extend their lead up to 14 points as the foul will go against Canada, and that'll see Dongle to the line for Turkiye. So Baran Ugus to the line for Turkiye. 5:56 to play here in this first period. An early healthy lead for the men in white. And Baran Ugus takes that lead up to the 13-point mark. Canada now with Chowdhury under pressure from the Turkiye defense, but Ibrahim Odza will get Canada down the other side of the court. Well, inbound from the Turkiye baseline. Brandon Louis plays it back to Ibrahim Odza, and he finds Canada's number 7 there, Broden Nagel, who converts. Long pass across the key there from Hassan, and into the paint comes Baran Uguz, unable to convert for Turkiye, and Canada looking to break the press, which they do successfully, and Ibrahim Odza will take the ball down the left-hand side of the court. Unforced error there from Odza, as he's called for the travel violation. Turkiye in possession once again. Number 11, Arda. Turkiye defense there, making it difficult for Canada, and the 8-second violation is called against the Canadians. Hassan will find Arda, but Canada managing to make it difficult for Turkiye, and unorthodox shot goes up there from Arda, and it lands for Turkiye. So 17 plays for 4 minutes 20 to go here in this first period. Of course, it's a Pool A encounter. Turkiye continue to employ the full court press, and Canada struggling at the moment to maintain possession, and foul's going to go against Ibrahim Odza there, which will take Hassan to the line for 2 free throws. Hassan takes Turkiye up to 18 points, and we still have 4 minutes left here in this first period. Canada in possession now with Ibrahim Odza, plays it long up to Broden Nagel. And Chowdhury now for the Canadians. Fake there from Ibrahim Odza, but Canada unable to make the most of that opportunity. And on the other end of the court, Arda for the Turkiye team, further extending that lead now, 16 points. And pass there from Chowdhury, finds Broden Nagel, and Nagel under pressure there from the Turkiye number 3, Baran, unable to convert for the Canadians. And Canada again through Louis will find, well, almost found Nagel, but Turkiye back with the possession now. Quick pass into the paint there, and Hassan Eferturk further extends the Turkiye lead. Ibrahim Odza needing help. He manages to get the ball over the half court, but asking too much there of Ty Milton. Hassan across to Baran. And rebound collected for Canada by Jeff Ward. Once again, the press causing Canada a few problems, but they get it across, and Ibrahim Odza converts to grab Canada's 6th point of the game. Opens up nicely there for the Turkiye team, and Baran will take Turkey up to 24. Ibrahim Odza. Broden Nagel will find Jeff Ward, who gets his first points of the game as we move in towards the final minute and a half of this first period. Hassan will put up the three, doesn't drop, and away comes Ibrahim Odza. But he's stopped in his tracks there by good defensive work by Mehmet. And Turkiye win the possession back. Foul's going to go against Canada's Ibrahim Odza. Arda with the long pass to Hassan, and that in and out eventually falls for Turkiye. 26 plays 8. Broden Nagel in possession for Canada now, looking to try and hit back immediately. Lays it off to Ibrahim Odza, who puts up the shot. Wayward on that occasion, and away comes Turkiye once again. And, speedy transition from Baran, but he's unable to make a count. Turkiye, however, will convert there with Bilal Mert. Broden Nagel in possession now. Canada, Ibrahim Odza. Arda in possession for Turkiye, looking for some space, passes it into the paint, but 24 second, correction, the end of the first period. So convincing lead here in Sao Paulo. Turkiye 28, Canada 8. We'll be back shortly for the second period.
O Brasil ganha da Turquia, não.
Second quarter underway, and Canada will grab the 3 there as Ibrahim Otsa converts. First points of the second period takes Canada up to 11. Aroglu will find Arda back to number 23 there for Turkiye, Salim, and he further extends Turkiye's lead. Good work there from the Canadians. And number 8 there, Bernard Rosello converts, and he'll go to the line. Canada up to 14 now. 16-point lead there for Turkiye. They will be stopped so that the Turkiye player can get back up. Aroglu will play it across to Arda. And Arda will put up the shot. Rebound collected there by Baran Oguz, and good work there from the Turkiye number 3, snatching the ball away from the Canadian defense. And Turkiye now 32, Canada 14. Baran converting once again for Turkiye. Timeout's going to be called by the Canadian coach, Daryl Nordell. And lots to get through to his players. Just want to try and stay in the game. Obviously, 20-point deficit early on is not ideal for the Canadians. Brandon Louis converts for Canada. Turkiye in possession now with Arda. And he'll look to play it into the paint to the big number 23 there, Salim, and he'll pick up his own rebound and eventually converts for Turkiye. 7:40 to play here in this first half. Chaudhry actually comes back to Brandon Louis. Rebounds collected there by Salim, and he gets the ball through to Arda, speedy Turkiye player. Ibrahim Odza for Canada puts up the three, doesn't land. And away comes Turkiye once again. Ayhan. Brendan Louis, closely watched there by Salim. Shot clock down to 7, so Chadri will look to try and get the shot up, but loses the possession, and away comes Arda for Turkiye. Good work there from the Canadian number 5, Keaton McKeechan. But Canada unable to take the opportunity, and once again down the other end of the court, Turkiye looking to add to their points tally, which they do through their number 10 there, Bilal Mert. Ibrahim Odza for Canada finds Brandon Louis, and Canada move up to 18 points, 5:25 to play here in this first half. And good anticipation there from Chadri. Turkiye though still in possession. Arda will put up the long pass to Onur Ayan, but Canada come away with the possession. Ibrahim Odza finds Brandon Louis, who will put up the shot, doesn't land. Arda will pick up possession for Turkiye. Good mid-range shot there from Arda. Turkey up to 40 points. We still have 4 minutes 30 to play in this first half. And Chowdhury adds to the Canadian score, up to 20 points now. Quick pass from Turkiye's number 8 there, Onur Ayhan, and he gets the number 11 Arda into a scoring position, which he gladly accepts. And Chowdhury looking to keep their points ticking over, but unable to convert, and Turkiye come away with it once again. Arda, space opens up nicely for him, and he will convert for Turkiye. And, 3-point attempt there from Ibrahim Odza, successful. So Canada 23, Turkiye 44. We have 3 minutes to play in the first half. Turkiye will keep the points ticking over nicely as Salim adds an additional 2. Chowdhury for Canada. Release there to Brandon Louis. His attempt finds the ring, and Turkiye will come away with the possession once again. Quick transition from the Turkiye team, and Arda will add to his increasing points tally, leading the game with 16 points. Ibrahim Odza to Chaudhry, and Chaudhry will get the shot up. Foul's going to go against the Turkiye number 10 there, Bilal Mert. So Nassif Chaudhry to the line for Canada. Canada making the substitution. Into the court comes Matthew Wilson. And Chaudhry converts the first attempt. Cameron Gelowitz getting his first opportunity of the game for the Canadians, whilst on the other side of the court, Aroglu will play the pass into Bilal Mert, and he takes Turkiye up to the 50-point mark, and we have a minute and a half to play here in this first half. Cameron Gelowitz in possession, plays it out to Brandon Louis. Louis will find Ibrahim Odza, puts up another three, but rebound picked up by Salim. And away comes Turkiye's number 11, Arda. Bilal Mert back to Arda, and his shot will take Turkiye up to 52. Final minute of this first half. Jumper called there by referee Wang, and Turkiye will maintain the possession. Timeout called by Turkiye. 31 seconds left in this first half. Turkiye now in possession. Final 27 seconds left of this first half. Arda looking for the pass into the zone, and converted there from Turkiye's number 8, Onur Ayan. Turning the ball over, and last ditch attempt there from Turkiye will not land. And at halftime here in Sao Paulo, Turkiye lead Canada by 54 points to 25. welcome back to Sao Paulo, Brazil, in the second half about to get underway here in the Pool A encounter between Turkiye and Canada. And of course, we're at the 2025 IWBF U23 Men World Championships. Canada will get us underway here in the second half with a bit of a mountain to climb. Turkiye leading by 54 points to 25. Brandon Louis will give it back to Ibrahim Odza, top point scorer for Canada in that first half with eight points. Looking to get an early couple of points there for the Canadians, and Chaudhry unable to convert, and away come Turkiye once again. Number 8 is Onur Ayan. Offensive foul called against Onur Ayan. Ibrahim Odza towards Chaudhry. It was a little bit too far away from Chaudhry on that occasion. Bit of a mismatch there on the other side of the court as the Turkiye number 7 Hassan will convert for Turkiye. Foul on that occasion. It's going to go against Mehmet Payam. Odza will pay it back to Brandon Louis. He puts up the shot. Rebound was initially collected by Mehmet Payam, and took his eye off the ball at the crucial moment. And Canada will inbound from the Turkiye baseline. And the loose pass there from Brandon Louis gives possession straight back to Turkiye, and away comes Baran for Turkiye, and he will find Hassan, who takes the men in white up to the 58-point mark. 8:32 to play here in the third. Three-point attempt there from Ibrahim Odza. Doesn't land for him on that occasion. Canada almost win it back. For the Canadians, playing it into the paint, where Roden Nagel was unable to take that opportunity. And quick transition there from Turkiye. Mehmet Payam will push that Turkiye score up to 62. Brandon Louis finds Odza. Chaudhry now for Canada. Back to Odza, fakes and finds a bit of space. Doesn't land it though. Picks up the rebound with a tap from Nagel. And Nagel will throw it across to Brandon Louis. Chaudhry, quick one into Nagel, and Nagel will convert and is fouled by Baran Uguz. manipulation there by Broden Nagel, and Turkiye will inbound from the left-hand side of the court, and Baran Ugus will pick up the possession. Goes to the big man Hassan, but good work on the defensive end there from Canada. Win the ball back, and Broden Nagel with a good no-hook pass, and he will convert. So good interplay there between Nagel and Odza. Canada pressing a bit high on the defensive side, but gaps opening up in their half, and once again Turkiye making the most of their opportunity. Baran Ugus keeps Turkiye's points ticking over. Odza for Canada, Louis to Nagel, and Nagel shot doesn't trouble the scorekeeper at all, and on the other end of the court, Hassan takes Turkiye up to the 68-point mark. 66. Odza to Nagel, and Nagel converts for Canada. Quick interchange there from the Canadians, and Odza finds Broden Nagel, who converts once again for Canada. And Canada now using the full court press to some success, making a better showing so far in the second half than they did in the first. Brandon Louis. Hassan for Turkiye, and Canada win the ball back initially, but Turkiye now through Hassan will put up the three. Rebound collected by Ibrahim Odza for Canada. And Odza will find Chowdhury, and that is a timeout called by the Turkish coach, Mehmet Okur, and with 4:48 to play here in the third. Turkiye 66, Canada 35. Ayan for Turkiye plays it across to Hassan, and Hassan will put up the long range attempt, doesn't land, but rebound will fall to the Turkiye team, and Hassan trying to convert 3 attempts now, and eventually Turkiye will draw the foul, but technical foul is going to go against Hassan. I think it was more out of frustration of not converting that few attempts there rather than the call made by the referee. So Ibrahim Odza will go to the line for the technical foul infringement, unable to add to the Canadian scoreline. Substitution Turkiye, and off goes Mehmet Payam, and onto the court comes Bilal Mert for Turkiye. And 2 from 2 for Baran Ugaz at the line there. Turkiye 68. Canada 35. We have 4 minutes 10 to play here in this third period. And Chowdhury was looking for the pass towards Ty Milton, and eventually Canada do convert. Just keeping their score ticking over. Much better showing here in this third period by the Canadians. And Turkiye, however, keep on turning their score over. Broden Nagel will play in Ty Milton, who converts. Broden Nagel leading the scoring for Canada with 12, and Odda with the 18 points. Salim struggling to convert for Turkiye, but they will pick up the possession. Baran Oguzin with the ball now, puts up the 3. Broden Nagel will pick up the rebound, finds Ibrahim Odza. Odza looking for some space, gets around Onur Ayan initially, and Canada will convert through Broden Nagel. Nagel starting to find a little bit of a rhythm here in this third period, and Canada will look to him to continue that run. But on the other end of the court, Turkiye keep the points piling on. 72 plays 41, and we're moving towards the final 2 minutes of this third period. Ibrahim Odza for Canada. Brandon Louis looking to get past Onur Ayan, but Hassan back onto the court for Turkiye, as is the number 10 Bilal Mert. Onur Ayan will put up the three. Doesn't land. Rebound collected by Broden Nagel. Nagel looking for help from his teammates, and Turkiye will win the possession straight back. And Hassan unable to convert, but the rebound collected by Baran Oguz. And he converts for Turkiye. Udza for Canada. Finds Brandon Louis. Quick pass to Chaudhry. Space opens up for Chaudhry, and he will take Canada up to 43, and we move into the final minute of this third period. And Baran keeps his personal points tally ticking over nicely. He's now up to the 18-point mark. Could make that 19, leading the scoring of this game. And Broden Nagel will convert for Canada. Takes his personal tally up to 16 points in the game. Hassan now for Turkiye. Final minute and a half of this third period. And that, in fact, is the end of the third period. Turkiye 76, Canada 45. And we'll be back shortly for the final quarter of this game. So final quarter action about to get underway here in Sao Paulo. Turkiye will pick up the possession with Arda, and he will to get into the paint. Long range attempt there doesn't fall for Turkiye, and Arda will pick up the possession for the Europeans. Unfortunate turnover there for Canada, but Turkiye give the position straight back to the Canadians. Ibrahim Odza for Canada. Plays it out to Jeff Ward. Ward will need to get the shot up as the shot clock was winding down, and he converts for Canada. So 47 points for the Canadians. And Arda takes his points tally for this game up to 18 points. So Arda and Baran having a tussle for the game-leading point scoring. Shot clock at 6, and Hassan unable to convert, but Arda will pick it up, and his wheel's going out of bounds, so Canada will win back possession there, and 8 minutes 11 to play in this game. Ibrahim Odza converts, takes Canada up to 49 points. And, doesn't land for Turkiye on that occasion. Odza will be fouled there by Mehmet Payam. Canada in possession. Jeff Ward on the ball for Canada. Sets himself up for the mid-range shot there, and converts for Canada up to 51 points now with 7 minutes 17 to play here in this game. And once again, Turkiye will have an opportunity. Nagel in position for Canada, and trying to find a pass through to Jeff Ward, but turning the ball over. 3-point successful there for Turkiye, and they reach up to 81 points. Brodenagel for Canada, closely watched there by Virat from Turkiye, but Ibrahim Odza finds all the space he needs. Brodenagel unable to get the ball over the top, but Canada will eventually win it back, and in possession now for Canada is Bernard Rosello. Nagel working hard to win the ball back for Canada. Jump ball is called by referee Wang, and Canada will pick up the possession thanks to the alternating possession rule. Pass on that occasion towards Nagel. It's a little bit too high, and Turkiye win the possession back. 5:32 to play in this game, and Vidat for Turkiye, and he converts. And Bernard Rosello there hesitated and lost the possession, and Turkiye's number 11 Arda with the possession plays it into the paint, where Vidat takes Turkiye up to the 87-point mark, and we will move into the final 5 minutes of this game. Keaton is now on court for the Canadians. That for Turkiye. Baran will put up a mid-range shot. Takes Turkiye up to 89 points. Timeout is called by Canada. Brandon Louis in possession for Canada. Cameron Gallowitz on court now for the Canadians. Broden Nagel, wayward attempt, and Turkiye come away with it once again. Gallowitz in possession for Canada. Plays it across to Jeff Ward, and Ward will play through to Bernard Rosello, who tries to get the shot up, but good work there from Salim defensively. Turkiye once again. Baran Oguz in possession. Oguz will set himself up for the three, but rather opts to play it into Vidat, who was fouled, and he will go to the line for two. Successful on both attempts there is Vidat, and Canada now in possession with Brandon Louis. Louis will put up the three and lands it, so good shot there from Brandon Louis. 56 for Canada, 2:50 to play here in this game. Turkiye now edging closer to the triple figure mark. Of course, yesterday, dominant performance over Israel, putting on 111 points. Definitely one of the teams to watch for the rest of this tournament. Brandon Louis gets the ball back from Gallowitz, back to Gallowitz. Gallowitz puts up the shot, rebound collected by Baran Oguz. Final 2 minutes of this match. And good end there from Broden Nagel. Referee will stop the players. Salim was on the court, fallen onto the court, should I say. Jeff Ward now for Canada to Brandon Louis. Ward to Nagel. Nagel will look for some space. Plays it out to Rosello, and Rosello unable to make that count. Baran for Turkiye. Bernard Rosello there, just losing control, and gives possession straight back to Turkiye. So 93 plays, 56, 114 to play in this Pool A encounter. 2025 IWBF U23 Men's World Championships. And Turkiye will move up to the 95-point mark as Bilal Mert converts for the men in white. Sorry, not Bilal Mert, that was Hamza Orkun. Final minute of this game. Canada in possession with Brandon Louis now, trying to get some consolation points for the Canadians. And Louis will play it to Jeff Ward. Back to Broden Nagel. Shot clock at 5. Nagel will have to put up the shot. He does. And 24-second violation goes against Canada. So Turkiye with 38 seconds will look to add to their points tally, edging towards the 100-point mark. Three-point attempt there, in and out, doesn't land for Turkiye, and Broden Nagel will slow the play down. 24 seconds. 24 seconds left. Foul's going to be called against Vidat, and Nagel will inbound the ball for Canada. Bounce gets away from Jeff Ward on that occasion. 21 to play in this game, 21 seconds. And that will be the end of the game. So Turkiye will come away with a 95 points to 56 victory over Canada. And definitely one of the teams to beat here in this 2025 IWBF U23 Men's World Championship. So at the end of the game, Turkiye 95, Canada 56.